Hey everybody, Greg Davis here. We only have one spot left with the 10K a day Zoom, thing that I'm doing. And I have like a bunch of um Zoom calls lined up for the day, but since there's only one spot left, and I want to make it a little bit more fair instead of just getting with the next person that I have scheduled. I'm just gonna basically go over the information in the Zoom call here. Then you can decide from there. But at the same time, it's going to really give a good explanation of what's working in 2025. Just to give you, even if you don't buy anything from me, you at least have a good idea of what's working if you want to put together your own funnel. Because I'm here to share information. So let's do it. Let me share my screen and let me let's get down into it. All right. So let's talk about it. I only got one. I got one slide. Well, I got two slides because I have the prices, but one slide that's going to break this whole thing down. Okay. Um, this is what's working in 2025. Okay, as far as a whole high ticket affiliate marketing thing. So, so let's get into it. First of all, the reason why most people don't succeed is because they have broken lead generation. And even when their lead generation works, they're attracting a lot of broke people. Okay, which is not good because broke people aren't going to buy your high ticket offer. All right. So let's start with this. Like how high ticket used to work is that people generate leads online, then these people go into some type of like webinar funnel, like automated webinar funnel, or some type of like VSL, some type of VSL or webinar funnel, and then they would get them onto a phone call and try to sell them something, anywhere from, a few grand up to 20, 30 grand, but probably at average, you probably look the average offer that people that you're looking at is normally between five and $10,000. Okay. Sometimes, sometimes what they'll do is like they'll actually have an automated part where they will sell something maybe like 1,000, no more than $2,000. But any high ticket above that, they're trying to you gotta get people on the phone with a closer and do it like that. Okay. But this is what we're gonna do. This was working in 2025. In 2025, people are using a tripwire offer. Okay, it's a tripwire offer, and basically that's an offer design. That's a low barrier to entry. It's something really cheap, just basically something to generate a customer. Okay, because you want to turn a lead into a customer as quickly as possible. And then when you're talking to get people on the phone, you at least they've already spent money with you. Okay. And the really popular, the price that's really working for a tripwire offer is $27, because at $27 you can actually, almost or come close if you know what you're doing. And you have some offer bumps on there. So say the thing is $27, but then you can bump it up. You have a couple of extra things you can add on to it. So maybe it might be able to go up. You go from um, average, order per consumer to be say $40 instead of 27. Okay. But let's just call it $27. And then, so that's your first deal. You want to get their information, get their name, email address, and phone number, and then get them to be a customer as soon as possible. I've seen Tripwire offers as low as like $2. Okay, but like I said, $27 is a good price, because it's not so much that people won't do it, but it's not so much that it could still be pretty much an impulse decision. It's not like they got to do a whole bunch of research and talk to somebody to spend $27. Okay, so it's still like in the impulse range, but like I said, it's going to give you enough money to pay for the traffic. All right. What are you going to sell them for $27? Something that provides them a quick win. Okay, you want them to have a quick win of some sort. And you want to over deliver for the $27. You don't want to be the $27 just to be the precursor for the upsells. You really want to provide value and give them a lot for the $27. Make it like, I would say, something that used to be a $97 course or offer, I would sell that for $27 and really give people a lot of value. Because if you really knock them out with your $27 offer, then they're going to be that much more um, qualified for your higher offers. Okay. So our first thing, we're gonna have a $27 tripwire offer. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is put them into an automated funnel where they're gonna get into an automated webinar. Okay. Automated webinar or VSL. I mean, pretty much, the same concept. But basically after the $27, we're gonna sell them something that's for $9.97. Okay, again, this is automated. They don't have to talk to anybody for this. They look at the webinar, then they decide or not decide, to buy for 997. And you're going to have probably about 20 to 30% of the people that pay the $27 end up buying the $97 thing. Okay. So if you think about it, if you got $27 on your credit card, you probably have $1,000 on your credit card. And so it's a pretty good qualifier for that. Okay. So that's the second part in the funnel is to get them to buy something 997. Okay. And so then after that, part of the 997 thing is you have a call. Okay, like this is actually part of the offer, like where they can kind of talk to somebody, get their, kind of figure out what they want to do, put together a plan, but also give you an opportunity to upsell them into something higher, something that's a lot, more hands-on. So say some kind of like coaching or done for you or something like that. Okay. So as part of 997, they get a call with an expert. Okay, so we get on the call with the expert. Now, it's not just a sales call. You want to give them what you say. You want to sit down with them, map out a plan, do whatever it is that you promise in the 997 offer. But then at some point, you're going to be, attempting to upsell them into something else. Let them know, like, look, we do have these higher, options where we have, private coaching, where we have done for you and blah, blah. So you're going to get, a certain percentage of those to actually, upgrade to that. Okay. So that's really where the money is made. The money is made on that back end. It's not made on the $27 up front. It's not made on, and you're not going to send them directly to the 997 offer because you can get a lot more leads in your pipeline in the funnel. If you have a tripwire offer, that $27 offer. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And we also have, and that's another way of helping, avoiding broke people. Like I said, if you got $27 on your card, then you probably have, at least $1,000 on there so you can buy the higher price offer. So that's how we're going to approach it. That's our lead generation side. And so now the other problem that a lot of people have out here is tech overwhelm and the funnel complexity because there's a lot of moving parts. You got your landing page, you got your autoresponder, email automation, you have SMS, automation if you're doing if you're actually sending text messages, which you really should be, because people open those a lot more than emails. But you have that, you have to coordinate with, you got to have some high ticket closers maybe. You got to it's a lot of moving parts, okay? You got to set up the $27 offer, you got to set up the 997 offer, and then you got to have all the information that you need to sell your highest ticket offer, okay? So the way we solve all the tech overwhelm and funnel complexity is just make AI do everything, okay? And this is what we're going to really be focused on for the 0 to 10K a day formula. AI is going to do everything. Okay. It's going to do the entire funnel from start to finish. It's going to not only plan out the funnel, but then we're going to take each part of the funnel and AIs are going to do it. Okay. From the ads, the creative. Well, we're going to start with the avatars of the people that we want to serve. And so do a deep dive into the avatar. We're going to have specific creatives and ads, videos just for each avatar to really break it down and really so the ads really hit home with those people. Okay. So so AI does everything. So which AI tools we're going to use? Are we going to use 1,000 different AI tools? No, we're going to use very, very few AI tools. These are only the AI tools that you really need, really, really need. We're going to break it down and we're not using a lot. Okay. We're only going to use a few different AI tools. But then the thing with AI, we're going to load it up and tell it what to do. Most people just tell it what to do. But in order to be effective, you really need to load it up with a lot of data. Okay. Like I was saying in the email, I have a 100-page document that we upload to AI before we even ask it any questions. As a matter of fact, if you do it right, like for our document, once you upload it, then the AI starts asking you questions, okay, so that you can, input the information that you need to come up with the campaign, okay? So that's how we take care of the tech overwhelm and just, breaking everything down and into manageable pieces that the AI can manage, okay? So now we have our AI has done everything for our campaign. We got it all running. And then what's next? The next challenge that people have is they don't know how to scale and optimize. Okay. So First of all, it should be optimizing scale. You optimize first and then scale. So that's a big part of the problem. But a lot of times, especially on Facebook, you'll find that you hit a plateau. Okay, I'm at, 2K, 3K a day. I cannot bust past 3K a day, no matter what. As I try to scale, the costs go up, my CPA goes up, everything goes up when I try to scale. So I'm having trouble scaling. So again, we use AI to scale and optimize. We can optimize really fast, with AI. And then after that, we can use AI to scale, without our costs going through the roof. Okay, so we can bust through those plateaus, with AI. And how we're going to do it exactly is we're going to start with $1,000. Okay, we're not trying to start out with a big ad spend. We're going to start off with $1,000, and we're only going to start spending $100 a day to begin with. Okay, because in order to beat the competition, you got to be better. And AI makes you better. Except I've been doing this for over 20 years. I'm really good at doing ads, really good at Facebook. I've generated millions off of Facebook ads. Um, but the thing that makes me smarter in this case is using AI because AI is smarter than me. I mean, now granted, I have to know how to use it and use it in a certain way. So that's where, the intelligence comes to my part. But, this is a tool that makes you better, and this is going to make us better than our competition. Okay. Um, and as far as, the actual program, we're going to be going from 0 to 10K a day. Um, and it's all gonna be live on Zoom. We're gonna meet on Zoom 3 times a week. Everything's gonna be on Zoom. If you can't make the lives, don't worry about it. We're gonna record them, but you'll get to see the whole campaign from zero, and I mean zero, starting with nothing. And we're gonna go through the whole process. You're gonna see us create the lead magnet. You're gonna see us create the $27 product. You're gonna see us create the $997 product. You're gonna see us create and put together the higher end offer. All right. So everything's going to be live on Zoom and you can see it, and that's how it's going to work. So now let's talk about the different packages that we have available. Okay, we have two different options. Excuse me, three different options. Okay. The base option is $2,000. And basically what that's going to get you is going to get you the live Zoom sessions and recordings. It's going to last for 2 months. Okay. So for 8 weeks, you're going to get 3 sessions a week. So it's going to be 24 sessions total. And we're going to do a deep dive in Facebook ads, lead generation. Okay. So you're going to see from 0 to 10K a day, the whole blueprint. You're going to see the whole funnel gets built with AI, and you're also going to see a real deep dive into audience, and then creators for those audience. This is for people that want to do it themselves. You're an implementer and you crave speed. Okay. Bonuses, we got some creative swipe prompts, and then also the AI promo primer, which is a big part of that, which is about half of the 100-page document that we upload. Um, so that's the base. And then option two is the training plus coaching. So now if you notice, these last two programs last 3 months. Okay, this is 2 months, but then this is an extra month after that, because after that, this is when you build your own funnel. Okay, so again, this is for people that are gonna build it themselves, but they want accountability. Okay, so we're gonna have everything in option one for 5,000, but you're also gonna have these weekly one-on-one funnel build session. So I can help you build the funnel. We're going to meet, one-on-one personalized training, excuse me, personalized coaching at this point, um, every week. And this is going to be lasting for 3 months. And you get, everything, all of the options, all of the bonuses, but you get, your private coaching and support right here. Okay. So that's for $5,000. And then the last option, option three, is a done for you option. So basically, we will build out the whole entire funnel for you. Again, this is the month after the training has commenced, or excuse me, has finished. So you're going to get A to Z, everything done for you. And we're going to hand it over to you. We're going to run that first, but then hand it over to you, and for you to run it. And you will have learned to run it in the first 2 months. So this is for people that are busy, that just want turnkey results. You just want, just build a car for me and give me the key. And so that's what this is for. So you got your three options. At the moment, we only have one spot left. So find out where you see yourself and then let me know ASAP. There was actually a payment link in the email I sent before this. I'll include it. But what you can do is just email me. Email me at 50K per day at gmail.com and let me know which one you want so I can get you locked in and get payment arrangements done. And then we can do it because I only got one spot left. So that's why I figure instead of getting on more Zooms today, I'll just relax more and just send out this information. Then whoever wants it can have it. So that's that. Hopefully that provides some clarity, makes some sense, and allow you to make the right decision for you. So thanks a lot, Greg Davis, signing out. Hey.